Hello everyone, welcome to Melissa's Musing. I can't believe we're in the 130 episodes. It's insane. Sometimes I surprise myself with my level of commitment. But I'm really excited to be coming to you guys today. Unfortunately, I apologize, I'm still a bit stuffy. I'm still suffering from this awful plague that it seems like all of San Diego is. So if you are not sick in San Diego, stay well, my friends, because it seems as though every human being is deathly ill with this plague that's going around. So today's musing is about a topic that I saw, I was reading You Are a Badass, such a good book. I've mentioned it a couple times on my musings before. And there was a title that she had, Decide You'd Rather Be Happy Than Right. And me, being a controller and often one of those people who always needs to be right, I've seen this show up in my own life a bunch of times. And I have a prime example of a time. I'm going to tell a little story. And if my mom ends up tuning in, Mom, this one's for you. But basically, so my very first house, I'm going to walk you through, a little Melissa's story time. And it's going to be a perfect example of how I decided to be happy versus right. So my very first house in Buffalo was this cute little 3-bedroom, 1-bath, just under 1,000 square feet, really tiny little house. And I loved it. It was like my first house. It was my baby. I was so excited. John and I were doing all these repairs to it, and it was magical and beautiful. I was so pumped that it was my house. And my mom decided to visit me, which was amazing, and I was very excited for her visit. And she visited me, and I was, of course, working and running errands throughout my days. And so she was at my house by herself for a time. And as much as I love my mother, she's very much like me where she needs to keep herself busy. So my mother, being an amazing person, and I know that her intention was pure in doing so, she saw that there were a bunch of dents in the hallway, dented into the walls. And she was like, you know what? To help out Melissa and John, I'm going to spackle those dents and I'm going to repaint them for them. Really nice thought, right? You would think so. That seems like a really amazing thing for my mom to do. Well, one little thing, she did not test the paint beforehand. So my mom spackled all these holes, and then she painted these holes, and she's waiting all day for this paint to dry, and it's not drying. It's dry, but it's a totally different shade than what's in the hallway. And she's like, oh shit, Melissa's gonna be pissed. And she's looking around for the paint color, but guess what? There's no paint. So I get home from work, and I see what she's done, and I choose to be right. And I'm like, Mom, I cannot believe that you just chose to, give yourself permission in my house to paint my wall a totally different color. And I freaked out on her. And it ended up leading to one of the worst arguments we've ever had, where she ended up driving her van out of my driveway, hysterically sobbing down the street. And I was like, good riddance, goodbye, I hate you, and I can't believe you screwed up my house. It was this whole dramatic thing. And how differently could I have handled that situation if I had been like, wow, Mom, I see that your intention was really pure here. I'm going to choose not to freak out, and together we're going to come up with a solution to this problem. Because the way that I acted in a necessity to be right created a huge conflict, and did it fix the problem? No, not at all. So oftentimes in life, things come at us. For example, last Christmas, a few months after we bought our brand new car, John hit it into a pole. I was really patient with him because I was like, wow, that was really shitty. You clearly did not intend to do that. But I could have definitely reacted like, you dumbass, I can't believe you did that. How did you not see the pole? You see what I'm saying? So in an effort to be right, a lot of times we sacrifice our happiness. And in the instance with my mom, in my efforts to be right, I put a huge damper on what could have been a really fabulous night. And now I have that in my memory as honestly one of the worst arguments that we've ever gotten in. And it was over something that couldn't be changed by my reaction. And it was something that, no use crying over spilled milk. It was already done. As much as my mom screwed up the hallway, her intentions had been pure. It wasn't like she was like, ha, 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 I can't wait till Melissa gets home to see how ugly this hallway looks. That poor thing was like, yay, Melissa's gonna come home with no dents in her walls and she's gonna be so happy. And I was like, I can't believe you did this to my house. So I just ask you guys, like if you are really stuck on something right now and you're sacrificing your own happiness in an effort to just be right, it could be in a relationship, it can be, in your household something, it can be a grudge that you're holding, maybe like your spouse did something last week that was stupid and you're sacrificing your own happiness and your own relationship in an effort to be right. How often do we do that to ourselves? So it was a cooler reminder as soon as I saw that sentence in the book. I was like, oh, Mom, that time she painted my hallway. And for those of you watching on the replay, I hope you enjoyed the story. Thanks for watching, you guys. For those of you who are here, who's out there? Is anybody out there? Happy Sunday, my peeps. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I will talk to you soon. Hope that message resonates with you. And let me know if you have any stories where you've had a really dramatic response. And then after the fact, we're like, maybe I should have handled that differently and not sacrificed my own happiness, or maybe the happiness of everyone around me because of the way I reacted in an effort to just be right. Simple Melissa's Musings. Bye, you guys. Hope you're having a great Sunday. We will talk to you soon.